Hey guys, Maytag Machine Maniac. I want to give a quick little announcement. Merry Christmas or Merry Belated Christmas. I hope you all have a good New Year and a good holiday season, as I will not be filming till 2020. I just wanted to say that, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to those who don't celebrate Christmas, and I hope. Alright, now that my Christmas, Happy New Year announcement that I won't be filming till 2020 is taken care of, I have a load for you guys. So I had two requests in the past like 6 weeks. The first one was a more of a DM thing from a good friend of mine in the washing machine community. He wanted to see how I do my whites. And then a second request came in about 3 weeks ago. And it was a load of towels, but I don't talk in the video pretty much. So I'm doing the whites one first, as it's an older request. It's a pretty decent sized load actually. We got a couple of karate uniforms, nice dress shirt, and a couple of napkins and such. How I normally wash my whites, we're gonna put in one Arm & Hammer detergent pod thing. I also like using some baking soda. Baking soda does actually help. So we're gonna put that in and sprinkle that over the load. I've been doing this for quite a while. I'm not saying this is the correct way of washing whites. I'm just saying this is how I do my whites. And because I do not have bleach on me, using something with citric acid in it will actually help. So in this case, that's lemon juice. That should be good. This is how I've been doing whites for a while, actually. And I do baking soda with a lot of things now, actually. If I'm being honest. I'm got off camera. Anyway. Anyway. Obligatory, turn on. This is the cycle how I normally run it. How it's actually run by default is like this. I will not be filming the entire thing, but, I'm gonna shut off the cycle signal. I have 2 rinses, highest soil level hot wash, and a maxed out spin, so let's start it up. There we go. Yeah, the lid still has its issues. I should have brought my iPhone charger. I'm filming on a separate phone, actually, which is fully charged to film as much of this as possible. My iPhone, though, is at 37%. Hold on, let me get out of... So, you know, whatever. This is actually straight hot water, coming from the container, or not the container, but the water heater. That's about 140 degrees. So, and now it goes with the cold mix slightly, which is pretty hot. Most people here in America, at least, keep it out around like 120, 130. At least most of the people I know personally. And what was I gonna say? We keep ours at 140. That's about 60 to 62 degrees Celsius. So you know, everything does get clean. No, there's no deep fill turned on. Sometimes I do that. It really depends. I've had good results using baking soda and lemon juice. There's one karate uniform I used to wear all the time. It's just too small for me now, but it was, you know, comparing it to my new one, it was, you know, yellowed some or brown some because of, like, sweat and just constant use. And I put in about a cup of baking soda and about half a cup of lemon juice into the load and did this one wash. And it wasn't like, oh my god, you know, bright white as like everything else. But it significantly improved. What the hell is that? It's like blood or something? I don't fucking know. Funny enough, the blood setting in, yeah, I'm not doing that. Now, the one complaint I do kind of have about this machine is the bleach dispenser. It's just a regular dispenser. Where the issue that I see with it is when bleach is dispensed, it basically destroys, or not really destroy isn't the word, but it breaks down the enzymes like used in detergents, which is why if you add it immediately in, it's gonna, kind of reduce the cleaning to a degree. LG, I think Samsung. I don't know if Samsung has, but I know LG has, because my grandparents have an LG, well, it's a Kenmore Elite, but it was the Kenmore Elite that LG made, so it looks like an LG, it acts like an LG. It's got that LG dispenser where you put the bleach in, and then about maybe 15 minutes into the cycle, or into the wash, it will time the bleach dispensing. Automatically on its own, which is a nice feature. But because I'm not actually using bleach, I'm using fucking lemon juice, that's not as much of an issue. Also, I hope you all had a good Christmas. I know I did. Frankly, I got a shit ton of clothes, and the first thing I did with them was wash them because my body, I have reactions to like all of these chemicals they put on the clothes when you get them from the store, all those extra soaps and stuff that they put on. I get all itchy from that. So I generally do everything on a quick wash. Just like a quick wash, rinse everything out, dry them, use the softener. Whatever. It's a sea of white and blue and a little red. Oh, sorry. Funny enough, Christopher A. Moore, the person who actually requested this particular video, he's the only person who's actually completely knows me now from this community. Yeah, I realize it's been a good long month, almost 2 months since I did the last washer video. And, I've been focused on school. I got out of a pretty bad fucking relationship, actually. And that is that pretty much. I've been focused more on my schoolwork. I got into a new relationship, so just life's been happening. God, I like these new clothes a lot. And my hand's all wet. Great, that. Just gonna, dry it off on this, which is conveniently right there, and I have no idea if it's clean or not. And even though I'm actually on vacation, I haven't had that much time to film, considering, my parents are home, so, I've just been doing stuff with them. My dad took the entire vacation off, actually, from work, which is something he almost never does. So, that's good, that's good. It's getting sudsy all of a sudden now. Like, holy crap, sudsy. I was thinking about it, whenever I hit 500 subscribers, that's my goal. I'll reveal my face. Some people have actually requested I do that, whatever. I mean, it's not really vital to a washing machine video that you see, my face, but whatever. And 2, I'm going to do what I call the thorough clean cycle, which I've programmed onto this machine. And it's a near 2-hour long cycle, but I would film the entire thing, start to finish. It's actually like an hour and 30, it's an hour and like 45 minutes, but because this machine only has 2-digit display, excuse me, it will go from 99, which is an hour 39 minutes, for those who didn't know, it'll go from 99 to displaying 2H. And, Speed Queen does a similar thing, but Speed Queen did it right, in my opinion, where it will say 1H, and then it'll flash between saying 1H and then like 42 minutes or whatever. This one will rank up its double digits until it hits 99, say, 2 hour, 3 hour, 4 hour. And yeah, I can push this machine to do 4-hour wash cycle just by spamming the auto soak button, which goes from 15, 30 minutes, an hour, 2 hours. Yeah, just doubles, I've never needed, the only time I've really used auto soak was with a pair of jeans that had a massive ink stain. And I mean, it removed it a little bit, but I don't even wear those jeans that much, so it wasn't the worst thing. Sorry, I had to. So it's actually been about a year since I've had this machine, and at the 1 year mark, I will actually do a in-depth review of the washer itself. I'll do a complete in-depth review, things a buyer might actually want to know about this machine that I actually did not know. Oh, there you go. We're on soak now, but I'll definitely do a full in-depth review. I got actually a recent comment, about the dryer, saying what was causing it squeaking almost a year ago, actually. This machine is still working fine. I did change up the settings a bit on a couple of the cycles because it's just an old machine. And the only issue, the Bravos and Whirlpool's Cabrio series of dryers are actually quite a good build for a machine, for dryers. In fact, I never really liked them just because, it was a Bravos machine. And that name just kind of, resonated as bad as, what do you call it? A vomit in my mouth, kind of tasted like that. The only complaint I really have with this dryer, and it's not the dryer's fault, is its smaller capacity, because I believe it's a 5.6 cubic foot capacity that matched with the Maytag Bravos washer that I originally had, which was a 3.8 cubic foot capacity. This machine, the GE washer we got, is a 4.6 cubic foot capacity, so it's a near cubic foot bigger in space for laundry. So, although I'm not really overloading it when I fill this up to the top, that's kind of overloading the dryer. Because I believe the matching dryer for this washer is about 7.6 cubic feet. So that's kind of straining on the dryer itself, because the dryer is designed for a full load to be only 3.8 cubic feet. Which that's just not the case with this dryer, or this washer. You get what I mean. Filling this up to full is overloading the dryer. Sorry, I got music stuck in my head. That's, always nice. I really don't want to go back to school. It's not that I don't like school, it's just I don't want to go back. I'm enjoying this, vacation. And after I do the requested videos of the towels, I did a video in the Maytag called Washing a Rug in the Maytag Bravos Washer, which has garnished, I think, over 10,000 views at this point. And the reason I believe is because the shock factor that you could even wash said rug in the machine. And albeit the machine cleaned it pretty well. I always had to do a tub clean after because it left all the crap in there. Because that rug is the main entrance rug in my house. Like, I walk in from, where it's snowy and salty out. I stomp my feet onto that rug to put all the crap on the rug. I was going to do washing 3 or 4. I'm going to do both bath rugs and the rug out there and potentially a rug in the kitchen. And I've done that before in this machine. I've done that before. But put that on camera and see what kind of reaction it gets. I'm gonna actually take a quick check. No, I guess I can't because YouTube on iOS tells me to go fuck myself and I can't. Sorry, pardon my French. I know there's maybe some people in the I apparently accidentally hit the stop recording button. So where I was is I want to excuse myself for cursing. I now acknowledge that there could be some younger kids or just the younger audience watching these videos. So pardon my French, but YouTube was being annoying and yada yada yada. Now, I'm not saying this is again, some people might say that this is the wrong way to wash whites or whatever with lemon juice and baking soda. This is just how I do it. And I've gotten good results with it. How much time's left? Hold up. If I were to remove these... There's only, what, like... 4 or 5 more minutes of wash. Now, I also want to thank you guys. I've been in this community. I've been in the washing machine community for 5 years. Now, I wasn't always under the name Maytag Machine Maniac. I originally joined under the name Washerman83. Now, that channel no longer does washing machine content. In fact, there were a bunch of videos on that channel. I pulled them all down. There was a bunch of washer videos and some gaming videos, yada yada yada. People really liked all the washer videos. I was really young. I was in 5th grade when I started filming them, yada yada yada. Eventually I stopped. I moved on a bit. And I started liking the machine washers again back in my freshman year, and I decided to, because the Washerman83 name is actually my musical stage name now, I decided to go ahead and create a new YouTube account dedicated to the washer. I had no idea that I only had a ticking time bomb of like 5 months left on that Maytag washer, though. I had no idea. But I was thinking of good channel names, and I looked at LG Washer Fan. Like, I want something that can roll off the tongue, something that's memorable, something that sticks with you. I'm like, well, I'm kind of a maniac with washing machines, and my washer's a Maytag. Like, Maytag Machine Maniac, it works. And then, of course, the machine I'm used to cursing a lot. I'm trying to not. But because I was so used to, because I had the machine, the Maytag Bravos washer, and then it died. We got the GE because I was not going to buy another Maytag. No. I was not going to. Despite how much, I could praise that machine a bit. I could actually, praise the machine. I hated that machine with a burning passion. I hated it. It was old, it was small, and it really didn't do that good of a job, to be honest. Anything more than half a tub, or pretty much a load this sized, might as well just add it to bulky bedding. So I just really didn't like it. And I was looking, as I had joined the washing machine community, I was looking at new washers. I saw this machine, it was on Kirk Rivia's channel, or I had seen a couple variants of this machine, and I started looking into this washer, and I'm like, Huh. There's not that many videos of this machine though. And when the Maytag died, I convinced my parents to buy this. We were originally going to buy a Samsung front loader, and I showed them all the bonuses of buying this and the fact that it looks good with the dryer because it's a top loader, not a front loader. Having a front loader here would look pretty bad, to be honest. I convinced my parents to buy this, and I hooked it up, and the first GE video I did, which was titled Sneak Peek at the GE Washer, that was filmed, that was this machine's 5th load of laundry ever done. And it was in the final spin, and I was still learning everything about it. I mean, I know pretty much every cycle, all of its stages, and I finally realized a few days ago, at least with the heavy duty cycle, and I believe most other cycles follow this pattern, is a 4-minute pattern. 4 minutes agitation with recirculation pump, 4 minutes agitation, another 4 minutes with pump. If it has a soak, it'll do the soak for 4 minutes, yada yada yada, until your cycle ends. I've also realized the normal cycle, if you set it to heavy, one of its 4-minute segments will just to be sit there with recirculation pump on. Why it chooses to do that, I got no fucking idea, but you know, it's you know, it, I'm actually gonna kick it into no spin mode. That way it just jumps right into the spray rinse. Because it'll do a spin, then a spray rinse, second spin, deep rinse. So if I put it into no spin, it will actually cancel all spins. The spins between the rinses and between wash and rinse, and of course the final spin. Which is a really neat feature. The only thing it can't cancel is the spin of the spray rinse. And now I'll just set that back up. And here we go. This is how I've always done it. I like it like this. It's actually a nice hidden jet system. I've always liked that, to be honest with you. Funny enough, I had no idea baking soda was a drug. I mean, I knew it was sodium bicarbonate. I had no idea it was a drug. It could be used as one. guess I will be doing the full cycle, I think now. I mean, I'll probably skip out on the fill for the rinse, but that's about that. The phone screen. Sorry about that, I hit the phone screen yet again. Because I'm trying to stop the machine with my hand. That's something you shouldn't really do if you bypass your top loader. These things are spinning at least 800 RPMs. Some machines have brakes built in. This one doesn't, so, I do that. I know what I'm doing, though, so, if you don't know what you're doing, please don't do it, and if you do it, do not sue me. I don't know if I'm gonna skip the rinse fill or not. It's a warm rinse fill, so it'll actually be much quicker. After this bout of cold water, it does a straight mix of hot and cold together, and then at a point, there's gonna be a point where it cuts off supply to the cold water and just starts using straight hot water. So now it's doing the straight hot-cold mix. And now we got straight hot water. And if you don't believe me, what I can do here is close the lid. You can already see it's getting very steamy. Giggity. There's this joke the whole family can enjoy. There, you even got your steam coming out. So there you go, that's just, hey, this is dumping in hot water. And again, we are on the rinse, and this is your HE Turbo Energy Star washing machine. One thing that is a nice little, what I've noticed is, if you have a higher water level, the more warm it is, because it has longer to fill. And get over that, initial cold fill that every rinse will have. This is mildly warm. This is bearing eco-warm to warm. It's on the, I'd put it on the cool level, about 70-ish degrees, maybe. But hey, that's better than a 50-degree rinse. I like my clothes rinsed warm, actually. I prefer that. You can even if you don't have deep rinse on, or an extra rinse with a secondary deep rinse, it has just defaulted to spray rinse, which pretty much every single cycle except bulky items, delicates, sanitize, and basket clean all do. Those are the only cycles that default to a deep full tub rinse. Everything else does a spray rinse by default, actually. You can still get a warm spray rinse, as it will do the spray jet and then straight hot water out of the detergent tray. So better hope you didn't put your detergent pods in there, or that they're all rinsed out. Yeah. Hold up. Oh yeah, they. Sorry, I was checking outside. Thought I heard something. Yeah, these are cooled off already, but the fact that it'll dispense straight hot water into the rinse is kind of nice. It was these two buttons that got me sold on buying this machine. The fact that I can independently control my water level, and that I have a warm rinse, but not just that, it acts independently of the wash temperature. A lot of machines I've seen that have warm rinses, you have a cold, a cold, warm, a warm, warm, a hot, cold. I can do a hot wash, warm rinse, which I really like, actually. But of course, it's only the final rinse that is the warm rinse. So I had a cold spray rinse and a warm final rinse. But, it's whatever. And this is how I'm spending my Thursday morning home alone, filming the washing machine. I don't have any problem doing that, it's just, I'm a strange kid. I'm the strangest boy in my high school. I'm more strange than half those, never mind. That would be rude to say, because I actually am. I was going to say half those autistic kids, but I'm friends with several people who are on the spectrum. And two, I myself am actually on the spectrum slightly. So, whatever. I didn't find that out till a couple of years ago that I was actually on the spectrum. My ex was on the spectrum. I actually broke up with her not because of that, but because she was kind of controlling. And yeah, didn't really like that at all. As in, she wanted me to cancel plans with someone to hang out with her, even though we could have hung out the day after I hung out with this person. Yeah, it didn't fly so well by me, and then she started complaining about how pissed off I was. Whatever. Anyway, I'm not here to rant about relationships. Holy crap, I've killed about 40% of my battery just by doing this video. I very rarely actually do I'll do maximum spins on the normal cycle, and those are actually longer. Those are 18-minute spins. I'll do maximum spins for towels and my sheets, Most of the time, for anything else, I do more, which is a 12-minute instead of 15-minute. Time to wake up the neighbors. I'm kidding. That one was intentional. It's actually being pretty quiet and stable. Yeah, I kind of just want to leave the phone here and just, I'd say, okay, whatever, but one, the phone's moving a lot, two, that's kind of unprofessional. Finally out of the single digit. I apologize yet again. I again cut off the camera because I have no case whatsoever on the phone, and the way I'm holding it half the time, my fingers touch the display by mistake. Shaky. I was thinking about it, if I do a face reveal, you know, there's sometimes like when you see YouTubers who finally give a face reveal and they speak, it's like that's not the face I expected. I'm kind of half expecting that's gonna probably be the reaction I get from most of you. It's like, okay, that wasn't the face I was expecting, yet I'm used to, you know, my voice connected with my face. I'm like, what do you mean? Yeah, but it's all whatever. This is probably the longest full cycle video I've ever done, actually. I haven't done, I think the longest before this was a 48-minute long cycle. And that was me washing about 13 towels in a bathrobe all at once in this machine. And yeah, I've almost killed about half the phone battery on this phone. Or on this camera, or whatever you want to call it. Sorry, had to adjust something with the dryer. Alright, so I'm gonna aid the machine in slowing down. Alrighty, well, I hope you enjoyed the entire whites cycle video on how I wash whites. I hope you all have a great new year. I will see you all in 2020.